Shamsudeen sir, you can continue.
You can continue, sir.
Yes.
By mistake, it was cut.
Shamsudeen sir,
Yes, sir, I'm here.
you can continue, sir.
Okay, okay. So, a lifestyle of a teacher, one of the most, so two professions, one the medical, being a doctor or any other field in the medicines, and a teacher. Yeah, one keeps the person physically alive, the other person keeps the spirit, the real person, yeah, alive. That is the teaching, because teaching is very, very, very important. Teaching and learning. The lifestyle of a teacher is also very, very important. I was so one of the most important aspect in the lifestyle of a teacher is the very strong subject knowledge, not a surface level, not a preparation like based on that day to day or on the spot or few minutes before preparation, and being completely prepared and trying to acquire a deep knowledge of the subject. That's very, very important. Trying to have a deep knowledge of the subject is very, very, very important. Deep knowledge of the subject. Uh, Dive deep, whatever standard or whatever you are teaching, whatever subject you are teaching in the elementary level, high school level, higher secondary, or maybe your profession in the college, whatever level of teaching, you should try to go deep in that subject. But because knowing the subject very deep is absolutely important for a teacher. And these days, updation is very, very, very important. Keeping yourself updated. And one very important aspect for a teacher, as keep the world keeps changing, the requirements for a teacher also keeps getting upgraded, or it becomes more and more. Yeah, it gets enlarged. So one of the thing is like getting updated and knowing little bit of all around the subject. Yeah, knowing just for a max teacher, absolutely knowing max alone, not at all having a communication is not good. For a communication or a language teacher, just absolute language. I am so weak in max that I cannot even evaluating papers, correcting or calculating numbers is so difficult for me. I'm absolutely zero with mathematics. No such thing. Awareness of general topic, general awareness, general knowledge. Yeah, for another way, in a simple term, if you say awareness and updation of the subject is very, very, very important. For example, many max teachers are there. I don't know. For a normal, very recently, I happened to learn because I'm a language teacher. I happened to learn the formula a square a plus b whole square, a plus b whole square. You all know the formula. Many max teachers they know the formula a plus b whole square. I also studied in my school, 10th standard, 12th standard, and a square plus 2ab plus b square. I have been using this formula for a long time. But when I had to teach this uh, for some NMOs for my own kids, and this NMOs had a practical practical class for this formula or formulas like this, basically starting with this formula. Only then I realized that a plus b whole square is not a very big concept, but it is about the area of a square. Area of a square. That's the very basic. It's an area of a square. Area of a square whose length is a square. Area of a square whose length is b square, or any of the variables that you choose. Now, area of this square is a plus b. Two kinds of length is being added, a plus b. When you then you automatically get that there is a square which with the side a, which is a square. There is a square with the side b, and there is a rectangle whose side you. So that's so wonderful to understand. For me, that wasn't. I don't know. The max teachers may be very deep knowing it, That's the important part. Yeah, area of having a deep knowledge in the subject, keep on updating your subject, and and having a general awareness of all other things. Yeah, updation of the subject. For example, in French language, I'm teaching French. Updation of subject, how important. French language and many other languages, every noun is masculine or feminine. Every noun is masculine or feminine. I think many of the Indian languages also have the same concept. Every noun, irrespective of its nature, it's masculine or feminine. It is not that uh, soft nouns are feminine and other nouns are masculine, hard nouns. No such rules that is probably saying there is no exactly rules that saying which are the feminine nouns, which are the masculine. And in this process, in French language, see how important updation is. Some 5 years back, there was only one noun for a professor, le professor, le professor. But there was a big argument, fight going on in French France regarding the women professors saying why we should be referred by the masculine article le. Le is like in the English language using the word the. Yeah. So we want the feminine article la. Then the spelling changed la professor with an e at the end, which did not exist some 5 or 7 years before, exactly speaking. Yeah. Then later it changed. So many nouns started having, and many nouns are also newly introduced. Yeah. And those nouns are being decided. There is a French Academy of French Academy which decides the nature of nouns. So very, very important updation in your subject and deep knowledge whenever possible. Acquire, go deep, deep, deep into your subject. Don't worry, this is not needed for my level. I'm just teaching elementary. No, deep knowledge is always helpful. It helps you even in explaining some very basic concepts. For example, I would like to, this is a very Saturday class morning, and I first of all appreciate all those who are participating consistently. That's a consistency is a wonderful thing. Consistency is even allowed by Allah, and even in the worldly affairs for anyone uh, doing something consistently, you get rewarded for that. Absolutely. So attending the Saturday class, I appreciate all of them, but I would like to have some interaction. Now, if I ask you, tell me a verb in English language. I'm just asking a verb. I'm just typing. Tell me a verb in English language. What would you say? Come on, let me see in the chat box. Or you may even come on, speaker, and give me a verb. Anyone?
Participants, please respond.
Participants, I mean, just type a verb, no, in English language. Don't worry, this is not about. This is a general check, a general exchange of what we know. Yeah, we are just having a discussion. Anyone can tell me a verb in English language. Just come up with a verb. Playing, that's wonderful. Playing is a verb. Okay. Is a copular verb. Very good. Is a verb also. Good. Anyone else? Run, thinking, playing. Very good. Fine. Wonderful. Uh, so we have got three verbs now. Playing is one verb. Is or this is called a special verb, which is called a copular verb. And this verb is absolutely absent in Arabic language, for example. In English language, he is sitting. In Arabic language, that is missing. If you just write he, will become uh, he itself will become he sitting is enough. Yeah. So run and think. Run and think.
Voice breaking, sir.
No, yes, just I'm getting. So I run or and that's correct. Or have all these are all these are verbs. All these are verbs. But you know what? When we look for verb in the pure form, Can anyone correct and give a second meaning? This playing, for example, 1 minute. Playing the verb. Fine. Uh, Playing is a verb. Is a verb. Playing is actually a gerundive. A present continuous tense. Okay. Present continuous tense. Run is a simple present tense. Thinking is also exactly in grammar. It is called a present continuous thing. It can be used for a past continuous thing. Yeah, present continuous. If you're going to write, I am thinking, it's going to be present continuous. If you're going to think, say, I was thinking, it's a past continuous. So it is going to represent continuous. Yeah, continuity. It has a grammar attached to it. Run as a verb has got simple present tense. Look at someone and say run. What would happen? That person would start running. Running. Am I audible? Fine.
Sir, yes,
Hello.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, yes, yes.
Uh,
Audible, audible.
so, yeah, okay. If you say run, the person may start running. If you look at a student, just say stand, he may start standing up. So all these verbs have a grammar attached to it, like a present tense, past tense, gerundive, present continuous, past continuous. It all has a meaning, a verb, a tense attached to it. If you want to say a verb in the purest form, I just want a verb which does not have any tense, present tense, past tense, gerundive, present continuous, past continuous. It doesn't have any such tense. But I just want a verb in the pure form. It should be a verb. It should be a verb. For example, it's like saying, I want a 10 meter of cloth, 2 meters of a cloth, just pure 2 meters of cloth. But when you say run, thinking, all these means it's in the form of a shirt, it's in the form of a t-shirt, the same cloth, but it's not in the cloth form. It is either in the form of a shirt, or it's in the form of a t-shirt, or it's in the form of a skirt, or it's in the form of some other dressing. It has become a dress. But I want a pure cloth, no? Some people take ready-made dresses. But these are all like the verbs when we say run, think, say to eat, come, go. These are verbs with a tense. These are verbs with a tense. But what about verb in a continuous without giving any meaning, without any tense? How to give a verb? It is existing in every language. It exists. Even in English, what is the form of the verb? It is to add that ordinary preposition to. We have to say to. That's it. For example, you want to say to write. You start learning deep into the language in English or any language, you will find this preposition to is there. To write, to speak, to come. If you look at in the classroom situation, if you look at a student and say, just if you say come, he might stand up and start coming. Stand, he might just start standing. Write, the students may get ready to write. But the purest form of the verb is to come, to speak, to write. When you add this preposition to, the verb becomes pure. That's the pure. It's like the cloth. It's like a 5 meter cloth. You take that cloth, then you make a shirt out of it, you make a pant out of it, you make anything out of it. This is called the pure form of the verb. Pure form of the verb. This is in English language also there is a word conjugated form and infinitive form. Conjugated form and infinitive form. This is called generally called as the infinitive form. Infinitive form of a verb. Infinitive form, it has just the meaning. You take that verb and starting using that verb. This usually the infinitive form is used in the construction of a double verbs. Double verb. Usually double verb usage for the word like can. You just cannot say a sentence with I can and stop there. There's nothing with like I can. It means nothing. If there is a question and you answer with I can, okay. Can you attend for the? Can you come for the meeting? I can. Then actually the sentence means I can come for the meeting. But in the spoken language, we stop there. It is understood. Yeah. But I can come for the. The word can, the verb. No, you cannot use it just like that. It has to be. There has to be a second verb. What is the second verb? I can speak. I can teach. I can sit. And it has to be a verb. You cannot use a noun. For example, I can say, I cannot say, I can a pen. I can a book. You have to say, I can read a book. It has to be a verb in the double verb. Can comes in the formation of a double verb. So after this can, you have to say, I can speak, I can write. Yeah, this is the verb after can. And this two verb in the infinitive form, to, when to use the pure form of the word to. I can teach. Perfect, perfect, I can teach. Yeah. So this comes like perfectly. This is the word. I can speak, I can teach. Wonderful. So this word, but when to use the pure form of the verb, like to, because I can teach is, again, teach is the verb. To teach, when you want to use the verb want. For example, I want to teach, I want to speak, I want to write, I want to learn. So after this verb want, you can use the infinitive, pure form of the verb. They call in French language infinitive form of the verb. Yeah, want is vouloir in French language. Even in English, it's want. I want to. But after the verb can, you can use only a verb, not a noun. But with the verb want, you can use a noun. You can also use a verb. For example, you can say, I want a cup of coffee. I want a pen. I want I want a place in the first row. So I want, directly you can use a noun. Or if you want to use a verb, you should use it in the infinitive way. You cannot use the verb like that. For example, I want teach. You cannot say that. You want to say, I want to teach. I want speak. I want to speak. I want eat. I want to eat. So look at the construction. Yeah, this is what verb. So always I have seen, when I go and I discuss with teachers, what is the verb? Everyone, usually we are generally we say, I want to meet. Yeah, perfect. So this is the want. After the verb want, you can use the infinitive form of the verb to in double verb constructions. So this is the basic nature. Like that, what I would like to, I want to talk. Yeah. So like this is very, very, very simple. We have to go deep into the subject which we are learning, which we're teaching. Yeah, and in fact, you should keep on learning. And this is so much needed in people who are into this AI, computer science. And there are in every field there is changes happening. Yeah. So every subject there are updation happening. So one of the most important etiquette, one of the most important need, lifestyle of a teacher in any level, starting from elementary to this, yeah, the highest, going to the doctorate or PhD level, you are a guide also, keeping updation of your subject and going deep into a subject. Deep knowledge of the subject is absolutely necessary for as a person who is in the teaching field. Yeah, whatever AI comes, whatever comes, yeah, the general knowledge is quite very important. Eiffel Tower, we all know in France, Eiffel Tower is so um Eiffel Tower is so very important. Yeah, it is so famous in France. But what is all of us know that Eiffel Tower, yeah, uh, built by Eiffel Tower, and there is a Statue of Liberty in France. Statue of Liberty. Eiffel Tower, we all know, but you know the purpose of Eiffel Tower? Was it constructed to be a monument? Without googling anyone, without checking into your AI, can you say that was it a monument? Was it constructed sole purpose for a monument like Taj Mahal? Like, is it considered constructed for a monument? No, it was constructed for a temporary purpose. And there is a huge connection between Eiffel Tower and Statue of Liberty in America. Statue of Liberty. Uh, Anyone knows the connection between Statue of Liberty and Eiffel Tower? Statue of Liberty is presented to the Americans as a gift by the French people. Statue of Liberty, so famous. Yeah, the people involved in. So there is a kind of general knowledge, generally aware of all other things. For a teacher to have a common knowledge of all the subjects is quite very important. I had a question: what are temper controlling words to students? Yeah. uh, Temper controlling. See, students usually in the current age, there was some question in the chat box. I saw what are the temper controlling words? Uh, Temperament, stress, as rightly mentioned in the teaching field, controlling our emotion. That's when I gave a speech on the personality. We have touched this topic very deep. Controlling the emotion, being able to emotional intelligence. There used to be intelligent quotient, emotion quotient, spiritual quotient. Many things are always existing, but we are only finding it new and giving it different names. Yeah. So temper controlling for students. Students usually I have seen, if you respect them, even the worst student who behaves the worst, very ruffian type, very difficult to deal with. You can understand, even in family members have problem in dealing with the student. Yesterday I saw a student with very clumsy hairstyle. Yeah. Yesterday was the third time I'm looking at him. So I politely called him and asked, "Hey man, how come your parents, your father or somebody did not say anything about it?" Very coolly, very calmly, I asked him separately, privately, I called him. Are they not saying anything at home? Are they not your mother, your father? Are they really happy with your hairstyle? Then he was just feeling little uneasy and he said, yes, sir, they are asking me to cut. So which means when I look at you, I understand you are not obeying your parents in the first place. They must have been telling you, please cut the hair to go to college. How do you go to college like this? And they may even would have asked, are your teachers are not saying, professors are not saying anything about your hairstyle? They are not bothered about how the way you are appearing in the classroom. So I understood, yes, sir. Yes, yeah, they have been consistent. How come you are not obeying your parents and even you look so bad? And talked about it a little bit. Then, of course, when he accepted and he said by Monday, sir, you will see me with a beautiful haircut. So giving respect, no, it changes everything. Giving respect. For example, one day I was there in a hotel with with my friends. I have gone, sat, and the waiter came. Very. I think he was in a bad mood. He kept the tumblers in with big loudness, dung, dung, dung on the table, and he asked, "What do you want?" One of my friend very politely said, "Sir, we want respect." Actually, in Tamil language said, என்ன சார் வேணும்? சார் கொஞ்சம் மரியாதை கொடுக்கிறீங்களா first? Then the appearance, the nature of the waiter, little bit twisted. He just became cool. He just exchanged smile. இல்ல சார், சும்மா தெரியாம வச்சுட்டேன். சொல்லுங்க சார் என்ன வேணும்? So that everyone loves respect, being respected. Yeah, that gives a great that solves many issues. So one thing that I would like to insist is being a teacher, even for me, keeping updation and going deep into your subject is most important. One of the basic lifestyle of a teacher. With these words, I think I would like to come to the end the session. And I really appreciate, because very rarely I come on Saturday mornings, and I do see some participants absolutely taking part in all the sessions, and it happens on Sundays also. Consistency is a great thing. You will not expect how the consistency rewards you. Yeah. Hats off to all those participants and the people who conduct this session on every Saturday and Sunday mornings of the month. Thank you for giving me this answer. Alhamdulillah. Thank you so much, sir, for this.
Thank you very much, Shamsudeen Saab. Sir is a very versatile speaker, speaking fluently on his topic, language. Language is always liked by persons, and depth of knowledge is also necessary in any language. So sir is having that much. So he know English grammar, he know French grammar, and he know how to connect them, and with examples how to explain. So we are very lucky to listen to Dr. Shamsudeen. So with this, we are concluding this program. Again, we will be meeting tomorrow also. And today we are at 11:30. AM, we are having another program, academic excellence, and there many science teachers can join because it is a very useful program. Will be addressed by Dr. Shamim, and action research with very important topic is taken. Action research means many don't know that any problem in the academic in the school, and if you want a solution, and if you apply that solution to that problem, how it works, is it working or not? That is research. It should be done by every school and by every teacher in the class. Then only improvement will be there. So if we are going towards academic excellence, then action research is a must. All these things will be told by Dr. Shamim and Dr. Shalika Mes at 11:30 a.m. Link is given in the groups also. So please join. And tomorrow morning also, again, we are meeting. We listen to two more